With me is Sri Lanka's Deputy Foreign Minister. Sir, welcome to WION. How do you see India-Sri Lanka relationship, especially in the light of financial connectivity? We saw recently the launch of UPI in your country.
I think the India-Sri Lanka's relationship is at an all-time high. The UPI is beneficial for both countries. If you look at the events of Sri Lanka and what took place 1.5 years ago, it mainly started out as a foreign exchange crisis, mainly lack of dollars. So we have to ensure that there is the dollar dependency is reduced, and we now, for example, the biggest the tourist market is from India, and if we can collect the remittance, those tourist remittance from India, and we import about $5.5 billion worth of goods from India, and use the Indian rupees to pay in Indian rupees for the Indian imports, then we will reduce our dollar dependency. And it becomes very flexible, and it becomes very easy for the Indians to travel to Sri Lanka and then pay in Indian rupees.
Sir, essentially we recently saw the Indian External Affairs Minister saying that one should go to Sri Lanka. How do you see that comment as? How do you see Sri Lanka as a tourist destination for many Indians?
Have you visited Sri Lanka?
I have visited Sri Lanka, but not on a very fortunate note. It's after the Easter bombings, but maybe I'll visit on a happier note.
Your External Affairs Minister is absolutely correct, because Sri Lanka is a country with an area of 65,000 square kilometers, but it has something for everybody. It's no wonder Marco Polo said it's the best island of its size in the world. We have some of the best beaches in the world. We have the hill country, which is very cool in temperature, and we have wildlife. And wildlife park, for example, the Yala National Park has the highest concentration of leopards in the world, and we have the historical, the cultural triangle, which is Stupas, and then we also are trying to develop the Ramayana Trail. We have 5 Shivalingam temples in Sri Lanka. So and also Sri Lanka is in close proximity to India. So perhaps when you look at the air ticket prices, for somebody in the north of India to travel to southern city, and for that person to travel to Sri Lanka, I don't think there will be much of a cost difference. So I would encourage all Indians to visit Sri Lanka, and it will be absolutely a brilliant experience.
Sir, I know you're running out of time. One last question. There is the China factor as well when it comes to relationship, India-Sri Lanka relationship, Sri Lanka-China relationship. How do you see, is it a act of balancing, or is India your natural ally?
Well, when you say it's our natural ally, I think that has an implication saying another country is our enemy or something. No, it's not like that. Both countries are friends, but in India's case, it's a civilizational link. If you read the Mahavansa, the people of Sri Lanka came from India. Sri Lanka is a Buddhist country, and Buddhism came from India. So it is a much stronger big brother, small brother relationship with India and Sri Lanka. China is an important trading partner, but so are other countries. So if you look at most of our exports, they go to Europe and they go to the United States. They are also very important trading partners. And I think if you look at the quantum of volume of trade which India does with China, ours is minuscule. So Sri Lanka is a small country. We don't have huge international political ambitions. What we want to do is trade with all countries and ensure that the people of Sri Lanka will benefit.
Well, on that note, thank you so much, sir. I know you have a session, but thank you so much again for speaking to WION.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With video journalist Sidhant Sibal for WION in New Delhi.